Howdy, folks. So just starting to edit this episode and realizing that I didn't give my mom a chance to plug her website. So my mom is on the show this week. It's an awesome episode. She's a transformative healer, coach, does a lot of really cool stuff with meditation. And if you want to check out what she's got going, it's journeywithalexis.com, journeywithalexis.com. So journeywithalexis.com. You can get links to her Facebook page, get a free consultation, all that cool stuff. And I guess let's kick off the show. Boom. You can find us at BWSSpodcast.com and on Facebook at BWSS Podcast. This is because we said so. Let's start the show.
And now, recording from beautiful and sexy Miami, with your hosts, Seth and Laz and Research Lucas. It's because we said so.
I'm good. I'm ready to go.
You ready? All right. Well, that's right. It's because we said so. We got Seth in mic 1. We got Laz in mic 2.
Yo.
We got Lucas in mic 3. And we have Alexis in mic 4. So say meditative healer, life coach. What other monikers would you add to that list?
A transformational teacher and guide.
Okay, sure. Gonna need you a little bit closer to the mic.
Okay.
There you go. All right, perfect. Also, my mom. I'm going to throw that out there. So if you see some banter, you know exactly why. We're here from Miami. Get us at our website at BWSSpodcast.com. You can email us at contact@BWSSpodcast. We recorded everything at Arcane Studios. All the music is by the Unsilenced. And those of you listening, the thousands of you listening, if you want to watch this on YouTube, it's a pretty good show. Get all the links at our website, BWSS Podcast. We release one extended show a week, and this is BWSS episode 82. Topics of today. First of all, 82, we're keeping up there. Ways to reduce stress, right? That's what we're talking about. Some stress reduction techniques. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, and then she's going to lead us through a meditation. I got the effects of marijuana, police lying to minors. Did you hear this one?
No.
Okay. So, what's that?
They do.
Okay, that's true. So, speakers, Laz, good Lord, fired. Let me turn everybody up here a little bit. There we go. So, man arrested for complaining about the weather. Did you hear this one?
Lucas's weather?
No. Right, that would be great. Dude, if someone got arrested for complaining about Lucas's weather, for the win.
They were waiting for him outside of his house.
Yeah,
Stop complaining about the weather. We'll pick this shit up when we feel like it.
It's an interesting story. So, WTF News, we have Lucas's weather. We were just talking about it. So,
Research Lucas.
And Laz's Corner Positivity. So, I do have one correction. Last week we were talking about the Delta variant and how it's more virulent, how it's more transmissible. And I said the viral count was 12,000% higher. It's actually 1,200. So percent, but still 1,200% higher.
Still hot.
Yeah, it's still a lot. I said, even 1,200 was in my head. I don't know why I said 12,000. So with that,
It's time for Quick News.
all right. Zoe Kalin Hill from Newsweek, Tel Aviv, latest city to require pet owners to register dog DNA so droppings can be tracked. Did you guys hear about this?
That's just for Lucas.
Yeah, that right. Lucas, he had his own little camera set up.
What city was that?
This is Tel Aviv. They've been doing it around the world.
Oh,
And the reason, obviously, you want to track the dog crabs. Tel Aviv became the latest city to require DNA to be submitted by dogs to track unscooped droppings. The samples will need to be provided by the owners when they go to get their renew their pet license. Do you have to have a pet license here in America?
nah.
I've never heard of that.
You
No.
can.
You can for what?
Yeah.
Depending on like certain pets.
Ownership, at least up here, you can get it like registered.
Sure, but it's not like a license that you have to renew my dog license so I can keep my dogs.
certain animals you need to have a license to have.
Yeah, there's certain for sure. For sure. All right, so Tel Aviv will allow the city to collect the test droppings left around Tel Aviv. The testing would reveal...
Is it dogs or...
Dogs.
All animals, period.
Well,
just dogs.
Are you going to register your snake? Like, how does that work?
No, I mean, like, maybe it's like huge cats or something.
Sure, okay. I mean, Tel Aviv and all that. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. So that'd be funny. I want to register my tiger
exactly.
DNA. It could be. So imagine the size of that one.
Exactly.
Good Lord.
We know it was you, John.
So
You're the only one with an animal this big.
They proved the initiative last Monday. It still has to be go through the Interior Ministry. Apartment complexes in Utah introduced the testing earlier this year, and Colorado apartments have used the system since 2019. Salt Lake Tribune reported Utah renters were fined up to $150. A research lab in Knoxville, Tennessee, called Pooprints, Pooprints, opened commercially in 2011 to track pet waste and communities such as the complexes and neighborhoods of Colorado. According to their website, lab tests serviced over 6,000 communities, and with the setup, 95% decrease. So as soon as they implement this system, everyone's picking up their doggy doo, which is pretty awesome. I mean, that's kind of what you
Probably
want,
what
right?
the point was in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, Laz, you're up.
All right. Korea's agreed to restore communication channels to improve ties. So South Korea and North Korea have restored suspended communication channels between them, and their leaders agreed to improve ties. Both governments said Tuesday, despite in a 2.5-year stalemate in the U.S.-led diplomacy aimed at stripping North Korea of its nuclear weapons.
Okay.
So they haven't been in amicable terms for years, but the countries are right next to each other, and I feel like it could be a move towards a positive change for the two countries. You know what I mean? Since they both started together anyways, you know what I mean?
Sure.
They're trying to develop their relationships as soon as possible. North Korea is going to allow certain media and communication with whatever's going on in their country, which we have no idea at all.
The hotline's been set up.
Yeah, so we'll see where that goes from there.
It's cool. I mean, right now, North Korea needs a lot of help. I mean, they are dealing with famine. Not only that, but the leader, disappeared for like several months, which, is probably getting some sort of, surgery. They noticed when he came back, he lost a lot of weight. So I don't know. Hopefully, he's starting to feel a little bit of this mortality.
Maybe it's time to join the rest of the fucking world.
Yeah, right.
Mean,
can you join Earth already?
Yeah.
Good Lord. All right. Well, I guess we'll see. Let's see, Chris. This is a lot. It's funny because the article is not that long. Chris Boyette, Veronica Strakalersi, and Hamid Kaur, Caur from CNN Politics. Illinois becomes the first state to ban police from lying to minors during interrogations. I can't believe you'd need a law for this, but Illinois this week became the first state in the nation to do so. Under the law, confessions made by juvenile suspects who were deceived by law enforcement officers during the interrogation process will be deemed inadmissible as evidence. Democratic Governor J.B. Pritzker signed the legislation on Thursday, and it's set to go in effect in January. They passed the bill, Illinois' legislator passed the bill in May with bipartisan support. So it's going to start.
So is it for coerced?
You could say that, sure. I mean, coercion. I don't know, Lucas. Can you look up coercion?
Research Lucas.
See, I'm just wondering if deceit or lying is in the definition. It could be. But I mean, yeah, pretty much. You lie to these people to get them to admit to something, and now you're not going to be able to do that. False confessions have played. That's the thing. False confessions have played a role in far too many wrongful convictions, leading to painful and often life-altering consequences. That rings true for the youth who are vulnerable to these tactics. Advocates have long argued minors are especially vulnerable to making false confessions. Tactics such as making false promises of leniency or false claims about the existence of incriminating evidence have significantly increased with the false confessions. Oregon passed a similar bill that awaits governor action. But yeah, I mean, good Lord.
They do that with adults too.
They do. Your friend already admitted to it. Your friend already admitted to it.
Seth,
blah, blah,
Seth
blah.
said you were the one. Nah. That shit was Seth. He was driving.
Yeah, exactly. So, but you're just like, oh, all right. But that's what's interesting is false confessions would come out of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
So they're lying to get to the truth.
I guess that's true.
But sometimes the kids are not saying whatever they're supposed to be saying in the first place. It's not the truth. It's a false confession.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what's crazy. Like, I don't know. I'm just interested in how lying to some kid saying, yo, your friend already said you did, is like, all right, I did it, when you didn't really do it. I know it's more complex than that, but it just seems false confessions wouldn't be as much of the issue. But
I mean, one of them had to have done it anyways. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. But they're not gonna be able to do it anymore, which I think is more than fair, especially
still
with
gonna do
minors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No hope. All right.
No, it's mostly I can't spell it.
Well, here's the thing. Well, yeah, I guess that's true, because interrogation is generally going to happen in an interrogation room where it's being recorded and microphone and stuff. And so, I mean, if that's the case, then I'm sure the police department could just, not have that part of the recording if they wanted to. All right, Anna Bechtel, Eat This Not That. Remember last week I had the 5 effects of drinking beer. And this is obviously because I clicked on that one. This one popped into my feed. 5 benefits of taking marijuana. So number 1 is pain management. Marijuana contains cannabinoids, which help people manage their chronic pain. The cannabinoids can alter the brain's pain perception pathways, which makes people less painful or feel less pain. Doctors recommend that marijuana can be used to treat conditions like arthritis, fibromyalgia, and endometriosis. So good Lord. But yeah, man, I think we all knew that one, right? Mm-hmm. Not a surprise. Mental health benefits. One of the most common uses for medical. This is number 2. Marijuana is to benefit someone's mental health. It has a natural effect on the brain's limbic system, which can calm people down. A study in the Clinical Psychology Review calls marijuana a natural treatment for people with anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder. For most people with PTSD, marijuana can help reduce nightmares. The nightmares one is kind of interesting. That's for sure. So I don't know what it is, but I guess when you fall asleep high and happy, you dream.
You sleep better.
Yeah.
And you wanted to know coerce?
What's that?
You wanted to know coerce?
Yes.
That word? To persuade an unwilling person to do something by using force or threat.
So, okay. So I guess technically it's
thing, yeah.
Okay, coerce. It's similar.
Do this, I'm going to beat you up, torture you.
Yeah. We're going to cut off your fingers. Yeah. All right. So fair enough.
Your whole family.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I can't imagine they're doing much of that in the police system. At least I would like to think
they do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure about that?
Maybe I'm
not all of them.
Maybe I'm just a more positive person than the rest of you guys. Just saying.
Oh, we need the police. It's okay.
No.
Anything but that. Yeah, that's right, Mom. I got Alicia in the sound effects. So helps neurological conditions is number 3. Marijuana has been prescribed for several different neurological conditions. Contains CBD, and several CBD-based medications have been used to treat neurological conditions. FDA approved a medicine containing CBD as a treatment for epilepsy in 2018. Have you ever seen those videos where these people, and especially they show with children, are having these epileptic seizures? And then they just, they drink or they inhale, like they have this inhaler, and it just like that's it. And people that have epilepsy have cured it by getting these CBD inhalers that they'll use, I don't know, however many times a day. It'll go from 1 or 2 a day to maybe 1 a month. It's insane.
Did you see the one where the guy had Parkinson's?
I think I did see that one. I think that's
not able to function at all. In
shaking,
15 minutes.
right?
Yeah, 15 minutes later, nothing.
Yeah, he was just chill. It's amazing, this stuff. So that's, once again, that's CBD. That's the one that has that effect, not THC, the one that gives you, quote unquote, the high. That's why I see CBD all over the place, because the FDA approved it, and now it's all right, we're all going to have our own CBD products. All right, number 4, reducing inflammation. The CBD and marijuana can also, once again, these all say can, just like I did with the beer. Although this one's a little bit, I think, more realistic. Where what was one of the ones with beers like an ounce a day was what they found in the findings or something like that. So let's see. It can reduce inflammation. It can also be used to treat conditions like Crohn's disease, rheumatoid arthritis, and irritable bowel syndrome. And then number 5, helping people sleep. We don't have to go into that one too much. But before going to bed, marijuana is an effective sleep aid because it restores a person's natural sleep cycle, which so often falls out of sync with our schedules in today's modern lifestyle, says Dr. Matt Roman. That's interesting. It'll put you back into a sleep cycle. Okay. All right, folks. So Laz, you're up, bro.
AG Commissioner Nikki Fried suspends concealed carry permits for 22 people charged in the January 6th insurrection.
Which, really?
Yeah. So Florida's only Democrat elected statewide has suspended concealed weapon permits for 22 people involved in the U.S. Capitol breach. Agriculture Commissioner. Nobody knows. The AG Commissioner. Nobody knows AG is agriculture.
Maybe Attorney General.
Yeah, it could be anything. Whose office oversees the permits, said Tuesday suspensions were effective immediately for anyone participating in January 6th insurrection who is charged with a felony or certain other offenses. And she said more suspensions could come in the future.
Hell yeah. We like it. Not that many people going to jail, though.
Not that many. Not what I thought. We talked about something last week.
Yeah, we did.
It was like 8 months.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
But the shit's fucking. You don't deserve to have your license if you're gonna do some dumb shit. Anyways.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, if you had the wherewithal to carry it to this thing and go into the Capitol building with it, I just feel like, yeah,
you can have a permit in DC, right?
Lucas.
What?
Research.
You can't. You don't have a carry.
Is there
There's no carry permits in
DC. I don't think so. I would imagine that's one of the places in this country where it's not allowed. Anyway, so
open carry is legal in DC. Concealed carry pistol license are required in order to conceal carry and are issued to residents and non-residents and require a firearms training course that has been approved by Metro Police.
DC, really? Even says non-residents.
Research Lucas.
Well, I have my license. I could go to Florida, Iowa. There's certain states I can't go into.
You can't go to DC though with your Philly license, your Pennsylvania license.
I might be able to. I can't go into Maryland or New Jersey.
Yeah, so
I guess each state, right? Each state decides if it wants to accept others.
Yeah, and there's, as far as I know,
reciprocal.
It's reciprocal. Okay.
Yeah, they honor it. Like when I first moved down there, I looked into it, and Florida does have a non-resident license that you could get down there.
Sure.
And it's like $100 more.
Yeah. All right.
But
well,
you do
of course,
have to,
Florida would. Anything we can do to help you guys get a gun, folks.
But you do have to take a course.
Sure. Well, that conceal and carry, you usually have to take a course anyway.
Not up here.
Really?
I filled out they don't even have my fingerprints.
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
Pennsylvania for the win.
I gave them $20. I took my pictures. I ran an FBI background check, and 6 weeks later, my license came in the mail.
Conceal?
Oh, but
really?
an FBI background check?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's down at the county courthouse at the sheriff's office. And it's
it.
Good for 5 years.
Research Lucas.
That's pretty awesome. All right. So last one, BBC Kuwait arrests man who posted TikTok weather rant. So he's been arrested after posting a video on social media complaining about the weather. The video, shared on TikTok and then later on Twitter, showed him laughing and swearing about the intense heat and dust while driving through a sandstorm. Kuwait has been enduring some of the hottest temperatures on Earth this year, up to 50 degrees Celsius or 122 Fahrenheit, which is pretty damn hot. Interior Ministry tweeted that the man behind the offensive video would be subject to legal action. Local media has reported the man, an Egyptian national, who will be deported on Monday. So here's the reason why they're relying on a lot of foreign workers, and they just didn't like the fact that he was complaining and it got so much popularity. He didn't want no foreign workers to come over here, or as a result of him. So that's why they did that. So in protest, a lot of people posted a bunch of videos complaining about the weather in Kuwait, which is freaking great. So Research Lucas, can we just, we never have a request, but can we get a city in Kuwait, please? I feel like we should do it, and just bitch about it. I think we should do this our own little protest.
How close is Qatar to Kuwait?
It's not that far at all.
Yeah, that's probably the same shit with the
I think it's
people
like across the Gulf or something like that.
Working on the damn World Cup stadium.
Sure,
same thing.
Sure. No doubt. Let me see here. Kuwait. Go ahead, Lucas.
Would you want me to butcher the name?
I mean, get as close as you can, I feel is fine. Hold on. Let's see. Directions to Kuwait from Qatar.
Oh, I don't think
First, you go into the recruiter's office.
Of course you can, bro. Of course you can. That's how we do. All right, so here we go, folks. So let me see here. All right, so as you can see, it is 8 hours and 51 minutes by car. Yeah, I said across the water, down the water, either way. So anyway, that's pretty much what's up with that. Actually, that should be boom. There we go. All right, so anything, Lucas?
Some town names, the weather.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Just making sure. All right, so real quick, I wanted to talk about the Olympics. You know, any thoughts? So actually, Laz, do you watch them at all?
I am sleeping at that time.
Lucas, any Olympics?
I do catch some of it.
What do you watch?
Whatever's on the TV.
Okay, fair enough. Mom and I, you've watched it, right? Did you watch any before you got down here? I guess
No.
it hadn't even started yet.
No.
So the reason I want to bring it up is because there's been like this big like deal about the ladies' uniforms in the sand. So have you guys seen what the women are wearing? Well, we have it in the
it's in the group chat too.
Yeah, that's true. So it was one of those situations where they're fairly scantily clad.
Now,
How does that work for the countries with the conservative?
Well, that's exactly it.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly it. So
I
here,
didn't even think about that.
let me go over here and you can see, oh, that's 2016. So let me put 2020.
The Olympian.
Yeah. So if you actually look here, I mean, these pictures that the, what they're wearing, there's really not a whole lot there. Really, really small bikini lines. You
That's
can
the
see
official uniform for everyone. Can I see?
if you're on, if you're actually on the, let me zoom in for you. If you're actually on the women's team, that's what you're going to be wearing. And that's
Either country.
Either country. That's like the uniform. That's what you like have to wear.
But you can have anything under or over, or is it just like, that's it?
I mean, that's what you have to wear. That's what's crazy about it. So there have been a lot of complaints. And if you look at this picture here, they're not wearing a whole lot. So, and this is 2020. And here's the thing. There's these handball players that ended up, getting fined because they refused to wear it. So Olympic handball.
They got fined because they refused to wear them.
They got fined because they refused to wear them.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not really fair.
No.
No. So here they are. So they're wearing shorts, as you guys can see. Well, you can see now. So what they ended up doing was they made it, they're like, we're just going to wear shorts. Screw you guys. Because you can see right here, Women's Handball League wore shorts instead of skimpy bikini bottom uniforms. The league fined them over $1,700.
No, that's not
Each.
It was each?
It's
Yeah.
going to be each. It's
Oh,
not gonna
I
be
didn't know it
just
was
a team.
each. I thought it was the
Yeah.
whole team. Wow.
What's the
That's
point? I don't. What's the point?
Well, that's exactly it. Like they
Quote,
actually
unquote,
had
not regulated.
uniforms that are just like what we're seeing with the ladies.
I would think it
With
was
the
just
volleyball.
like you have to wear the uniform and just you'll be able to wear whatever you want under or over the as long as the label or the name is showing like what's
No.
the number. No.
They all have to wear the same thing, I guess, because they want it to be fair. And I mean, it's similar, to, in like the NBA, the NFL, like everyone, this is the uniform everyone has to wear. So
Yeah,
it
but
kinda,
in
I hear ya.
NBA, they like the dudes with tattoos sometimes wear sleeves over crazy shit.
True.
Your pants can be, you don't have to wear like short pants. You can wear long pants or short, I don't know, short shorts.
Sure.
I don't know.
I hear you. I don't know. I just thought, so here's the cool part is Pink decided that she was going to pay for all of the fines. Pink,
Oh, that's very
The
cool.
singer?
yeah.
artist.
It is really cool. So
Good for her.
Yeah, I agree. Just, I'm sure everyone will pay for them. So if you guys want to just keep wearing shorts, and protest, which I think is fair because they are scantily clad. There are a lot of countries where like, this isn't us. You know what I'm saying?
And
And
Olympics is worldwide. It's not just like one
True.
country. You know what I mean?
There's
Absolutely.
also a lot of families who have small kids.
Yep.
They don't want them to see that. So I don't get the point.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, to the point to where they would actually fine them. Not to mention having those uniforms to begin with. So anyway, all right, Lucas.
It's time for. Wait a minute. What the fuck?
WTF news, folks. So what you got, Lucas?
All right, so this one I found.
By the way, dude, your background is beautiful. Look at that.
Thank
Just
you.
lush blue and green.
That was my office for a summer when I worked with the township.
Oh, yeah. Mowing lawns and fixing
Yeah.
fences and
Mowing.
stuff like
Yep.
that.
What's on the background in the left?
Trees.
No,
Yeah.
it looks like a circle. Like what else? Circle,
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the clouds, man. Cloud formations.
Yeah,
Ah.
Yeah, man.
yeah. No,
That's
there's
what's
like
up.
a 70-acre park, something like that.
Sure. That's
So-
cool. Hell yeah. All right, Lucas. So what you got for the weather, or not the weather, for WTF News?
Yay!
Yeah,
Long
right.
Long day.
Yeah, dude. I got beef. We'll talk about it.
All right, so this is from The Guardian back in June. A British paratrooper that was in SAS garb.
Sure.
His parachute malfunctioned and he fell 15,000 feet,
Holy shit.
landed through somebody's kitchen, and survived.
Oh
What?
shit!
Oh my God.
Wow.
How bad of a malfunction? Just like not coming out, or just he just fell straight down?
He pretty
Wow.
much just fell straight down.
Oh,
He,
That's awesome.
he hit the roof, missed the rafters, went through the ceiling of the kitchen, landed, and missed all of the appliances.
that's fire.
He was
Wow.
alive. He was alive, conscious, but kind of like dazed because obviously he just fell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
But
sure
he-
shock grips you, you know.
He had no major injuries. The biggest
Probably had
injury
this-
was the house.
Probably have the same floors as the people upstairs. Just saying.
Anything like broken? Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy that was
I'm
released.
sure he had some broken
it was-
like legs or ankles or something.
It was during a Halo exercise.
Oh, yeah?
Halo
Okay.
is high altitude, low opening.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
that's the stuff you see Tom Cruise doing.
Yes,
and,
I
you
can't.
know,
I
and-
can't play with these flight shits, bro. Jumping out of planes, flying
That-
around. Like nah.
You have to. So you haven't gone fly with Antoine yet, right?
Nope.
Really?
Oh, I'm gonna do it. It's got to be me and Antoine though. I can't have anybody else.
Sure.
I had to be able to control the situation.
Small plane, mom? Yes, no,
Small planes aren't my thing.
no.
Exactly. See,
Okay.
I'm with her. I'm with her.
No.
Like,
Okay.
and definitely, I'm not drinking that day.
That's
Oh,
for
I
sure.
might drink a lot that day.
No. So,
It
what
was
if something
fun.
happens? What if
All
something
right,
happens to
so-
Antoine? You got to take over the plane.
I was going to see if Antoine maybe take us this weekend, but I guess not. So, all right. Well, that's a good story, man. That's pretty amazing. Maybe you could put a little postie note to give us an update next week. I think that'd be pretty cool.
yeah. If
put
there
the
is
update.
anything, because it was a military exercise.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably not going to, release his wellness as it continues to.
How low
to
do
get better.
they pull that parachute
1,000 feet, right? What's considered low orbit?
Research Lucas.
So while he looks that up, do some shout outs. Any shout outs, Laz?
Nah.
Nothing really.
Oh, I'll shout out my director.
Okay.
I had a rough
At work?
week. Yeah,
Oh Jesus!
because the fucking world caught
Wow.
COVID at work, bro. Like it's crazy.
Sure.
Mask it.
And I started. I was telling you guys last week, like all the people that are catching it are non-masked, not vaccinated people.
Sure.
But I never think that my director knows what the hell's going on in our department, and he's literally like, "Yo, thanks for helping with everything this week. I know you got to go through a lot. You're working your days off." I'm like, "Oh shit, fire."
I mean, it's
Really?
amazing how that little just thank you goes.
Yeah,
such a long way,
because
dude.
he never really talks. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like you never know which way he's going, and it's like I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, how are you?" And just walking, but he actually knows what the hell's going on.
It's impressive,
Yeah.
man. And it's, because we're used to in this society and a lot of societies across the world. I'm not saying we're different, thank you. Hey, thank you, thank you. But a really good, sincere,
it was a sincere
I know
thank
where
you.
you're coming from. I
I
know
just-
you've had it rough.
I'm just happy that he actually knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah, that makes a big difference too.
Big time.
Shows you he's paying attention
Shout out to management this week.
this
Yes.
week.
Yeah.
This week.
This week.
Okay, fair enough.
And I got
So-
Halo.
All right, go ahead, Lucas.
Halo is an acronym for High Altitude Low Opening. That means the military special forces team that will jump out at high altitude, generally 30 to 40,000 feet.
Wow, I didn't know it was
And
that
they-
high. So they really
and
do
they-
wear the gas masks.
and they free fall to a much lower altitude, as low as about 800 feet above the ground before they deploy their parachute.
Shit.
Research Lucas.
40,000 to 800 feet. That's got to be like computer controlled.
Gravity is like what,
No.
9 feet
Yeah.
a second or something?
Is it like a drag suit? What's gravity? Is 3.14 meters per second.
Yeah, about
No, that's pi. Actually, 3.14 is pi. It's like a little over 3 meters per second.
Yeah, like 9 feet a second. So basically 9 feet
80
a second.
On a halo jump, you get 85 seconds of free fall.
Yeah, but what's the acceleration due to gravity? I can say there's a terminal velocity. Can you look up the free
that's
fall
crazy.
terminal? Well, it depends on if your arms are open, legs are open.
125. I
Terminal
believe.
velocity is 125.
Yeah, human.
That's if you're open. If you're diving, I'm sure you can go a lot faster. That's, basically as fast as you can possibly go. But still, 800 feet, that's pretty impressive.
120 miles per hour.
120 miles per hour?
Belly to earth position.
Okay.
And that's
there
how
you
they
go.
do fall.
Yeah, like this. I got you. All right. So any shout outs while we got you, Lucas?
No.
No, none this week. Okay, fair enough. Moms, any shout outs over there? Moms, any shout outs?
Yeah, actually, to your grandmother.
Okay.
Little Levi, we welcomed him this weekend, who is her second great grandson. And as usual, she's in the kitchen cooking, making sure everything's set up.
As she has for decades.
She's 88 years old.
Yeah.
She's still going at
I
it.
didn't want to ask how old she was because I always bought her Seth with his age.
Cream de mint
gravies.
brownies.
Yeah, dude.
I tried to get some down here, but they didn't last.
It's tough. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. Well, awesome. Yes, shout out to you, Grandma. And she listens to the show. She watches or she listens?
She does. She watches.
She watches. Okay.
Yes.
Hopefully, there'll be a lot less. I feel like a lot less bad language in this one, so I'm sure she'll appreciate it. That's for sure. We're gonna try to keep it clean for Mom and for Grandma this week.
I've been behaving, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You had a fucking shit, but I think beyond that, it was pretty cool.
We're all adults here, you know?
Absolutely. So, all right. I really don't have a whole lot of shout outs, but I do want to shout out you, Mom, for coming down. It's great that you're finally on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And obviously, it's great having you here. It's great that Alicia and you can spend some time together, that's for sure. So, all right. So, we're going to go ahead and take our first break. We're going to come back with ways to de-stress. And I guess that's about it. We'll see you soon. Boom. All situated there.
And you wanted Kuwait weather anywhere in Kuwait?
Well, yeah. Otherwise, it wouldn't be Kuwait weather. It would be whatever weather.
The water. You're kind of right. You can't literally walk drive to Kuwait.
No,
you have to go through another country.
No, you can literally drive to Kuwait. Well, not from
you have
here.
to drive through another. No, not from here.
No, to get to Qatar.
Kuwait to Qatar.
Yeah, no, it's drive. It's just
But there's
down the
another
coast.
country in between.
Well, yeah, there's another country in between. I don't know if they allow you to just cross like the Eurozone. Remember, Lucas, we're doing it the next segment, so you have plenty of time to look it up. You don't have to worry about it now.
Can you put my headphones up a little bit? Just a little bit.
How's that, buddy?
Much better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Just want to make sure everyone's comfy. By the way, Mom's you're rocking the brand new background. We've never used it before.
It's cool.
So it's spacey. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's not as vibrant as I was hoping or expecting. Oh, by the way, I just now noticed you're wearing the white quartz. So that's pretty very nice.
Oh, the buffalo stone. It's
Buffalo
actually white
stone.
turquoise.
A white turquoise. That's what I
Yep.
meant. That's what I meant.
Thank
So,
you.
You're very, very welcome.
I wouldn't even know what that is. I got to look at you.
Like turquoise, but here, look.
It's white.
It's a white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got it. So, all right. So we're back and we're going to, we're going to talk about ways to distress, and you had a couple other things in mind that you want to talk about as well. So why don't you go ahead and get us started? And any questions you have, Laz, I'm sure you'll have plenty. If sound
I'm not
therapy
gonna
is
speak
at
at all for
all
the
an
rest of the day.
indication. So no, if you have questions, and you too, Lucas, they're like, oh, I don't have any questions because Laz asked them all. It's like, whatever.
Oh, I had a manager like that.
He rapid fires questions before you even have a chance to think of one.
You know what? I'm not going to ask anything until you ask.
Bullshit.
They'll
That's a
go
lie.
from there.
Then you'll never ask a question because Lucas has nothing. So, all right, Mom, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Okay, so basically, some people would call me a life coach, but I'm actually more of a transformational teacher and guide. And so a lot of coaches motivate and inspire. And that's all well and good, but when it's almost like a sugar high. You eat sugar, you get a high off of it, you crash, it wears off, and then you're back in the kitchen for your next fix. So when you're inspired...
I know all about it. Trust me.
Yeah. And so when you're inspired or motivated by someone, you've got this high. It's like, okay, I'm ready to rock the world. But then that wears off. So now you're back looking for the next coach or the next book or the next class.
Video game.
Yeah, whatever.
So before I
And-
ask the next question,
Sure.
Go ahead.
I'm just playing.
Okay.
Oh, but you're basically making I'm serious though. Like you're not fishing for the person. You're teaching them how to fish,
Absolutely.
basically.
Well,
Ah,
yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
So I'm literally transforming them. Transformation is final. It's permanent. And so, I use just a series of tools in a certain sequence. And so basically what I do is I work with the subconscious. And a lot of our stress comes from past programming from the subconscious. So I'm going to
sense.
explain.
Yeah, it does.
So I'm going to explain how this works. The first thing you need to know about the subconscious is it's the most powerful goal-achieving mechanism known to man, bar none. If it's in the subconscious, it's there until you disassemble it, you get rid of it. And so a lot of people, let me backtrack a little bit. Everything is energy.
Sure.
My voice, the light, and our thoughts. And so a lot of people will say they understand the law of attraction, but they really don't, because in the law of attraction, it takes place primarily in the subconscious 95% of the time.
Okay.
And so the law, basically, it's all about our vibrational frequencies. And so if you're someone who experiences a lot of frustration and anxiety, you will most likely attract situations that incite those feelings.
Yeah.
Family problems, pet problems, lawn problems, car problems, health problems, money,
Lucas
whatever.
knows all about lawn problems.
Car problems,
Yeah.
like even like you said, car problems. But like,
I'm looking for a woman who can give me car problems.
no. Like if you hear like a noise, instead of you trying to fix it, you're just like, no, I'm gonna be stressed out the whole day about this. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you have attracted that because basically you have a stress response for maybe sound that could be programmed. See, this is how this works. So 95% of the time we're run by our subconscious. 95%.
All those cookies. It's certainly not me doing it. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like when you're out there and you don't even know what you did for like the past 30 minutes, even though you do the same thing kind of
Absolutely.
thing. Yeah, because there's no, yeah, it makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so we're basically attracting by default 95% of the time. And when I found this out, it's like, I don't want to default into anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so here's how the subconscious works. It's made up of programs, learned experiences, and instincts. But here's the kicker. We acquired all of those, most of them, the first 7 years of our life when we're operating in a theta frequency, which is the imaginary state, which is why children 7 and under can't differentiate between what's real and what's imaginary. And so
Wow.
yeah.
That's
You know,
what
I mean,
Yeah.
she definitely thinks those cartoons are right there.
absolutely.
Yeah, because
They don't know the difference.
you believe everything that happens. Yeah, it makes
And-
sense.
And so also the first 7 years of our life, we're learning how to be a functioning member of society by observing everything around us.
Sure.
And so we're basically, it's like the subconscious is this video machine. It's just taking everything in. And so what happens later on in life, someone says something or something happens and you spit out this behavior. But here's the thing, it's not yours. You got it from someone else or something in the past. So, yeah. So your conscious mind, see, we've got two minds. You have your conscious mind, which is your wishes and your desires, the things you want in life.
Sure.
Then you've got your subconscious mind, which really doesn't care or support anything that you want. It's simply made up of programs. So here's the problem with this. Your conscious mind travels, meaning I can say, what did you do last week? And you can disconnect last Tuesday and remember what you did. What are you doing next Tuesday? You disconnect, you move forward, and you know what you're going to be doing, or you can imagine something.
Actively thinking about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so, but the subconscious mind is in the present moment 24/7. It doesn't have a past. It doesn't have a future. If I were to ask your subconscious, when did you learn to walk? It would say today. It doesn't have a time element.
Sure.
It just knows the program. And so this is where neuroscience, I don't know how they figure all of this out, but neuroscience is determined because the subconscious travels, we are only there 5% of the time. The rest of the time we're in the subconscious. We don't realize we do it because we do it all the time, but we can catch ourselves at it.
Sure.
So how many of you have ever been, you're just driving down the road, you're cruising along, and all of a sudden you're looking around and you think, shit, where am I? Did I miss my turn? We've all done it.
I mean, didn't I do it just last?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
I do.
you did.
You know what happens? You know, like those days when I take like 95 all the time for a lot of places because I live close to the highway. And days I'm not going to work and I'm supposed to just go somewhere else. Even sometimes I'm coming here, I completely pass the exit. And I'm like, why am I all the way over here? Because this is what I do every day. It just happens.
Even with myself, I every once in a while when I'm driving, I'll be like, realize how much of driving is your subconscious, because it's not you look at the light, you think the light is red. You don't even sometimes look at the light. You can see it through peripheral vision, and you're just like, oh, the light is red. I'm going to stop. And like, it's just one of those things. You're not really actively doing a lot of the driving.
Yeah.
You're mainly focused on not getting, running into other shit.
Right. So that the subconscious is driving. Thank God somebody's paying attention.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
So the reason I like to explain this is because here's the significance of what I just said. If your subconscious programming is not in alignment with your conscious wishes and desires, you will self-sabotage and you won't even know that you're doing it.
That makes sense.
Yes, which is why a lot of people, they get motivated, they get inspired, they read books, they take classes, and then they wonder why they're not getting anywhere. It's because it hasn't been translated into the subconscious. And so you'll hear a lot of people, it's like, okay, I've finally figured out what triggers me. Somebody comes up and they start feeling triggered and they say, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. What they don't realize is they're talking to a recording.
Sure.
You have to figure out how to
re-record the tape.
Like, it has to be in your mind already.
Well, you've got to create new neural pathways, which was really cool because epigenetics, at one time, they thought that by the time you're 25, 27, those neural pathways were carved in stone.
And epigenetics.
I was about to ask.
So epigenetics is basically how much your DNA mutates based on your upbringing, based on your environment, based on the choices you make with, your health and stuff like that. It changes your DNA. That's why there are children who have trouble with obesity because their parents do, because their parents change in a very, very small, minute way the very few genes necessary for people to put on more weight. So that's one of the ways you pass your genes on is through the epigenetics, that you've basically changed your DNA, and everything that you've changed up until the point you have that child, that's in your new child. And then of course they change theirs and yada, yada, yada.
Right. However, it's not carved in stone. You can have the epigenetics or the genes for heart disease, but that doesn't mean that you have to get it.
Sure.
Which is why you'll have identical twins. One will be completely healthy. The other one will die of any cancer.
Huh. I've never heard
environment. That. Oh, yes. Well,
I'm sure it's there. It's not something
cousin
I've
Phil,
their environment, or
it'd be your second cousin, but my first cousin, his twin just died of cancer.
Wow.
But because
well, a lot of it is the stress factors. See, I'm a firm believer in everything that I've researched, that there isn't anything going on in your body that isn't emotionally derived.
Sure. Makes sense.
So anything from your mind, everybody's like, your brain and your mind can fix anything in your body.
Right.
Basically.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot of people think that way.
Do you know how many people that guy walks and sits down in front of that doctor's office and he says, go home, get your affairs in order because you've got 4 months to live. And that guy stands up and says, that's what you think, and goes home and lives another 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
It does.
Back to the doctor, and
then he comes back to the doctor.
Secrets.
Wait.
And they'll say it's
Guess what I did?
Yeah. And they don't buy it.
Moon the doctor and say,
dumbass.
These doctors go to school for a long time. But you're right, though. Like,
yeah.
It's how you think. A lot of things, I think, is how you think.
Of course.
Absolutely. It's all your biology is your emotions. Your life is all in your emotions. It's all about the emotions.
Yeah.
Because that's the strongest frequency.
It's not a secret that if you just decide you're going to be happy, that you're happy.
Yes.
You decide you're going to be miserable, you're going to be miserable.
Yes. Yeah.
That's, so absolutely. I'm with you on that.
Right. So that's the work, because several things happen here. So, you could have a small T trauma, large T trauma. Small T, you're told as a kid that, your mother she's stressed out or whatever and screams at you and tells you you're no good, whatever. That's a small T trauma, but that thought will stay in that subconscious and affect you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So, depending on the trauma is how severe it affects you. But what happens is your brain takes a snapshot of that moment in time and etches it right in. And so they're your neural pathways. And so because whenever we have any type of a trauma, you have a fight with someone, what do? We sit there and we go over it and over it and over it. We're processing, trying to make sense of it.
Sure.
So every time we dump approximately up to 1,200 biochemicals into our system.
1,200?
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord.
Yes. So now what happens every time you process it, you're dumping these chemicals. So now the event not only lives in the brain, but it's also living in the body.
Sure.
And so now you're fighting two things. One, you've got it etched it in your neural pathways, which is a shortcut to your thinking. And now you have those biochemicals being released, which
Support.
are addictive.
Yeah.
And so you go on a self-help regime or program, and you want to be happy, so to speak. And you're going along, and all of a sudden the body's like, well, where's my fix?
Yeah.
I want my chemicals.
Sure.
So that produces a feeling, which creates a thought, which creates a feeling, which creates a thought. And now you're back in this loop again. So they're the two things, which is why, and I've been saying this for probably more than 20 years, affirmations don't work. Because you're
I'm
fighting.
good enough. I'm smart enough. And doggone it, people like me.
Yeah.
So basically, before you get to the time to think about it, you're supposed to tell, like my daughter, she'll be like, "You're smart. You're great. You're good. You're gonna be anything in the world." Because she's gonna suck that all up in before 7, but now she's 12, so like I fucked up already. No, I'm just playing. But if she already had that, then she already's gonna know, like, oh, you know what? I can be great. It's already here in my mind. Like, it is what it is.
Sure.
But the affirmations for yourself, that's tough. Like, the only time I ever like really like go out and exercise or like feel like I need to eat healthier is when I'm feeling like, oh, you know what? I haven't been doing good in my life right now.
Sure.
But then I just stop.
But that's what she's saying. Affirmations don't work. So in order to get into that mindset, it's going to take some reprogramming, I guess, would be it, right?
Yep. That's exactly what it is.
The people that go running every day at 7 o'clock in the morning, no matter what,
Nope.
they don't even think about it.
They've done some reprogramming.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've been reprogrammed. What are you doing? Oh, 7 o'clock, I gotta go
So
run.
my best friend's wife, Tracy, she runs every day, like over 100 days in a row.
I thought I don't have a wife named Tracy. I thought I was your best friend.
Whatever, bitch.
I'm talking shit. No, but for real, she gets up no matter what and runs.
Every day.
Yeah.
At least a mile. Sometimes 3, 4, or 5. Just, reprogrammed it.
I gotta go to the liquor store every time the bottle runs out.
Yeah, that's programming.
I'm programmed.
That's it.
That could go with anything though, like smoking, cigarette, like
100%.
yeah.
So how does one reprogram? That's the question.
Well, here's the cool thing. Your body cannot tell the difference whether an emotion is because of something that's happening right now, something that you're remembering, or something that you're making up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
that's true, actually.
Yeah, it can't.
No, because if you think about it, like how many times have you cried about someone who passed away, which is obviously in the past, obviously crying in the present. That makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
Even imaginary, like I'm sure there's a lot of actors out there that if you need to cry, you just think of the saddest thing that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, all the parents out there, you definitely could think of some really sad shit if you really wanted to, which could make you cry.
Well, that's why if you take a group of or anyone and you have them close your eyes and imagine they're holding a wedge of lemon.
Yeah, your mouth will start to water.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
For sure.
As that wedge imaginarily is going towards your mouth, it starts to water.
That's true.
Makes sense.
And so that's the power of the mind. And we have no clue how powerful we are. We have over 70 billion atoms in our body.
It's probably better than
Or
we
actually
don't know.
70 trillion, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
70 trillion atoms in our body. So if you take one atom and you split it, you can blow up the town that we're living in.
Yeah.
We got 70 trillion of these. Don't tell me you're tired and don't have the power.
Sure.
So we are incredibly powerful beings. So you can either do it by habit over and over and over, which takes disciplining. I use two tools. My favorite is EFT, emotional freedom technique, which is tapping. Most people know it as tapping. And so Harvard has done a lot of research on stimulating certain neurofear pathways in the brain will actually decrease those fear pathways, or stimulating the pathways will decrease the fear pathways. I kind of said that confusingly.
Sure.
And so basically what happens is you're tapping on meridian points. So you've got them, and I'm just sitting here tapping on some of the points. And so they're connected to different organs in the body. They're the meridian points. So when you start tapping on them, basically what they do is they tell the amygdala to stand down. Because whenever you have that fight or flight response, it goes up the vagus nerve, it hits the amygdala, which signals the body into a stress response. And so when we're tapping, we're telling it stand down. So now the hippocampus, which is part of the limbic system, files that as a non-threatening event. Okay. They have done amazing work with war veterans with EFT.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Incredible. I've seen some amazing stuff in what I've worked with on myself and in with my clients. I also do a recode technique, and that's pretty much the client sits there and relaxes. I do the work, but I go up into the superconscious.
Sure.
And make commands.
Super conscious.
You make commands.
I make commands.
Oh man.
I do. Yeah, I do.
All right.
Which is cool. And that's working on the resistance. We're working on those negatives. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not significant, so on and so forth. There's breathing techniques to de-stress, because what happens is, and it comes from our ancient ancestors, they walked out the door, they could get eaten. So as soon as you have that stress response, the digestive system immediately shuts down. Cortisol and adrenaline are dumped into the system. Your blood thickens. Your focus narrows. Your skin doesn't even taste as good, because at that time they get beaten. They don't want to taste that good.
You say that with cows, like cows that that have been killed like suddenly and not through like cattle ranches. They see other cows being slaughtered.
Yep.
Oh, they know they're gonna. Oh
Yep.
man, they say that.
Yeah,
even
for sure.
plants. They say plants feel the same way. Like they know.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when there was something with like giraffes, and when too many giraffes are eating the trees, then the plants put out a toxin or something like that.
That's interesting.
Everything living does a way to keep themselves self-sustaining.
Laz's corner of positivity.
Okay. What's that, Lucas?
Wait.
Yep.
I was gonna ask a question, but Lucas,
I was going to say, if plants can really feel pain, what can vegans eat now?
Okay, sure. Okay. All right.
You got a point.
Okay. What's your question, Laz?
Success rate with like your patients, like when they come to you, they're obviously looking for something to help themselves.
Yes.
You kind of
patients. I don't know about patients. Maybe clients.
They're
clients.
clients. I don't have.
Yeah.
Your minions.
Yeah.
Clients, you're teaching them basically to not go through self-help ways, but to help themselves in their own way.
Absolutely, because especially when I teach them EFT, they can go home and do that themselves.
Sure.
And that's what I like. So basically, even if they just go home and they start tapping to reduce that stress response.
Sure.
It's not, although I've had clients that I've worked one session with them, but they're ready. They're really ready to make a change.
Sure.
But most of my work is, it took an identity structure to get you to the present day.
Sure.
If you want to create change, we have to create a whole new identity structure. And so I have an 8 to 10 week course that does that.
And do most of them respond to it? Or
Yes.
Like 80%? 50?
Yeah, I would say 80 to 90%. Now, but this is a big but. It's a big but.
Come on, Simone. Let's talk about your big
butt. They have to be
willing.
Committed.
Yeah. That's the whole thing too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people with anything, they say they want to do something, but they don't really want to do it.
Yeah, people that every year they're like, it's what's your New Year's resolution? To lose weight. How many people really want to fucking do it?
Well, but they do, but number one, they're fighting that programming.
Yeah,
but
they're not
number
programmed to
two, a lot of them, they come to me and they want to be fixed. I don't do fixing.
Sure.
You know, you have to do the work, which is why I do a pretty strong discovery session with people before I take them on.
Yeah, but they have to. That's what they're doing. They have to find themselves. That's what
Right.
That's what you're doing.
Right.
You have to find what you need, what you want for yourself, or for for myself. Like, you need to know what you want.
Do they ever come in and not really know what they want? They just know they need something?
Right. And part of the course is finding that true choice of what they really want. Because when you make a true choice of what you really want, now you know who you are.
Sure.
And so a lot of the fear, what's there to be afraid of if you really know who you are and
Sure.
what you want?
Sure.
Makes sense.
No doubt about that. Go ahead, Lucas.
Yeah, good one. Thank you.
I really want to ask a lot of questions, but I don't want to ask because of Lucas, so I'm just
Yeah.
going to keep quiet.
All right. Way to go, Lucas. Not one
Welcome.
question. Come on.
Nah.
Lucas is 100% happy, so
Yeah,
it's good.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
He's thrilled. That's for sure.
Yeah, thrilled to have to wake up again early tomorrow.
Yeah, they're putting a roof on. We can save it. Maybe we'll have some beef later. So,
Actually, I do have a little beef, not
Cool.
roof related, but
Hey,
good
save
deal.
for later.
All right, Laz, what you got? Another
No,
question?
no. This I like this,
Okay.
but I'm genuinely a happy person.
Sure.
I have a lot of
Yes,
negative
you
negative things that go on in life, but I try to stay positive and make jokes all the time. But it's sometimes people around me are not happy with how I feel about shit. You feel me?
Sure.
Like,
Fuck them.
yeah,
But that's
I literally
that's
don't
their
care.
stuff. That's not yours.
Yeah, it's not. So like, if like, damn. So if I come into a situation and let's say like you came today and Seth's not having a good day, and I try to cheer up Seth. I'll try to cheer you up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna come in and just sulk with everybody
And
else.
I don't feel like being cheered up, so kiss my ass.
Yeah, but you're gonna get cheered up. Like,
Sure.
it doesn't matter. You know how you are.
Eventually.
Yeah. You're gonna be happy eventually. I don't want to go sulk down to your
Right.
negative place.
But some people are attracted to that. They look for that.
I don't like those people. There's a lot of
Sure.
people like that.
I hear you.
And it's like, yo, damn, last why? Like, yo, I care, but like, yo, like, get the fuck over it. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it is what it is. Yeah, I get it. Obviously, when like a real situation happens and you have to empathize and this and that, I'm there. I'm that type of person. I'm good. Like, but like my brother right now, he's sick. I can't see him. I haven't seen him for like 11 days, 8 days. But like, I knock on the door, I drop his food off, I clear it, you know what I mean? Like, but I call him and make a joke, and the first day he was like, it's not funny. But then today when I got him some clam chowder, and he's like really in good spirits making jokes and shit, because that's how we usually are.
Sure.
But I never left my positive state with him. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Sure.
But like, he went to a very negative place. Like, but it's fine. Like, just try to stay positive all the time. It's not possible for everybody.
So what are some tapping, any other good ways to de-stress out
Well,
there?
you know, and you hear people say it all the time, and it's the most effective is breathing,
Sure.
because you're
I'm pretty good at that. I think we
Yeah.
all are. Thank the Lord.
but it's knowing how to breathe.
Sure.
So most people breathe from their chest.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, if you're stressed, just taking 3 conscious, what they call deep belly breaths.
Yeah.
So when you're breathing, you're expanding into your stomach. You're expanding that belly. You breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And a lot of times, if you can breathe, whether it's 2-4, 3-6, whatever, so you're going
So 2 seconds in, 4 seconds out.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. But just at least do 3 of them, you'll start to feel that stress response come down. And I'm going to tell you something else that's really interesting. We have what's called the vagus nerve.
Sure.
And so people you'll
It's the
hear
nerve that
someone
likes
say,
to party, folks.
you'll hear someone say, well, it was a gut feeling. That's a real thing.
Okay.
So it hits it hits in the intestinal area. And so that vagus nerve comes up, it's tied to all the organs, it splits and it comes back into the amygdala in the brain.
So it's one long nerve, essentially.
That splits.
Sure.
And so to be able to come, because it splits and it's close and it intimately tied to the two major nerves, the carotid, and I just lost the other one. I just lost the name of the other one. The carotid nerve and the jugular.
Okay.
And so anyway, humming, if you just sit and hum,
Interesting.
what you do is you're stimulating that area, which helps to calm everything.
Sure.
So they're the two quickest and easiest things that you can do, and everybody likes to hum.
Yeah, I mean,
Even singing.
when I'm
Even if you're someone who walks around singing all the time, you're constantly stimulating that.
this bitch can kiss my ass. He's lucky I don't tell the manager.
It's lucky though.
You can sing whatever you want. I'm sure it would help.
The watch makes me breathe randomly.
The
It'll be like-
watch?
yeah, it'll say.
Oh, the watch on your phone or your phone?
yeah,
like,
it'll be like, take a minute, breathe, and it has a whole little thing where you have to like.
Does yours tell you to stretch? Like, why don't you stretch? You've been sitting down
It tells me.
for
It
a
tells me
while.
stand up.
Stand up, okay.
Yeah,
Go
so-
for a
and
walk.
it'd be like
yeah.
if I don't have a
Right.
stand up achievement, I have to stand up at least twice a day or something like that. So it'll tell me.
Jeez. That's
stand
not a
up.
lot to ask.
No, not twice a day.
Good
Twice
Lord.
an hour.
Oh,
Twice an
okay.
hour. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Twice a day.
Good Lord.
outta here.
Setting the bar real high, aren't they, folks?
No, like literally. I don't know what it is because sometimes it will literally tell me to breathe.
Sure.
And I wasn't like, maybe I was stressed out. Maybe something happens, like just take a breather. And it'll
Sure.
be like literally it takes a minute and then just
Maybe
go
we
back
should
to
ask you to
normal.
hum. That'd be cool. Why don't you hum for a little bit?
I don't think it can. I don't
All
think
your
the technology's
coworkers
that
are
far.
looking at you like, what's going on with this guy? Is he humming?
I need to take a breath right now before
Yeah.
I go piss the fuck off.
I hear you. Big deep belly breath.
But
Yeah.
I blow up.
Yeah.
I blow up like every 2 days. If somebody like pisses
2
me off.
days? That's
Yeah.
kind of often.
No, if it's warranted.
Okay.
I mean, I was off today and I'm gonna be off tomorrow. I didn't get mad.
I haven't blown up for a long time.
But you get close to the point of blowing up sometimes.
I do.
I see you.
I
But you make
do.
it.
But I just trudge forward, power on, power through. So, all right. Anything else, Mom?
Well, meditation.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're actually gonna have a meditation at the end of the show. But yeah, why don't you go ahead and talk about it a little bit? That way, when we get to the meditation, we'll just end with the meditation. We don't
Okay.
have to talk about it. So go for it.
Yeah, meditation, basically, the reason why a lot of people can't meditate is because they have expectations.
Sure.
And the whole idea of meditation is to let go of the expectations. If I can meditate, and I can meditate up to an hour and a half at a time.
It's a long time, folks.
It is. But I was the type of person, I used to think there were two types of people. Those that were born that could meditate, those that were born that couldn't, and I was the latter. I would set my little alarm clock for 10 minutes, and I'd sit there, and I'd open one eye and look, and I think, oh, Christ.
It's only been like 2 minutes. Yeah.
It's like, really?
what do you think?
You got to be kidding me. So if I can learn to do it, anyone can. Now, no one has to do an hour and a half, but that's where I am at this point.
Do you think meditation is the same for everyone? Like the same thing for everyone?
No.
Okay.
No, I
that's
do
what-
not.
all right,
I
that's what-
can sit and meditate. There are some people. I can go on the beach and take a long walk and have a meditation.
Just to intercede. I remember when I was a kid, you would have this meditation, and I'd do it with you. I can't remember how old I was, where you'd be walking through the forest in a path, and at the end of the path, this is at the end of your meditation, there's a house, you open the door, there's a guy there or a girl, whatever, and they would like have something to say, and that would be the end of the meditation.
Yep.
So I remember that, which was kind of interesting. So I've tried it. I've tried all types of meditation, to be honest with you. But it's just really interesting one.
I have a weird one. When I was working mornings, instead of me avoiding the traffic to go home, when I had nothing to do, I'd enjoy the traffic.
You'd enjoy the traffic?
Because I had nowhere to go. So I'm just like on the way home. I have no time. And I'd sit there and just listen to music and just relax.
Yep.
And I'd smoke and the music would be playing and I wouldn't take calls and I would just vibe.
Sure.
And literally it felt like the drive was nothing and it would be like an hour.
Sure.
Yep.
I wouldn't call that meditation per se, but
it's I put myself in my own world for like 45 minutes because at that point I wasn't getting any of that time.
Okay.
But that's called letting go.
Yeah, that was my let go. They're like, why are you all like
Let
that?
it
Because
go.
this is the easiest.
Yep.
This for me is like, what are you doing? Sit there, stop, go. Not even thinking about the stop, go.
Thank God I
because
don't have a stick.
the self-conscious is driving.
Sure.
Like it doesn't matter. Like at this point,
I'm out here somewhere.
yeah, like it's fine.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's not easy meditation.
No, it's not.
I've
that's the
gotten
work.
through the
That's-
10 minutes.
Yeah. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Sure. For sure. I've done it. I just could never keep it up on a consistent basis, like day to day or other day or whatever. That's always been Elena. She meditates quite a bit. Sounds
And the
a little-
more you do it, the more time you have. Because there's something about meditation and it just helps to organize your thoughts and organize you. When you're able to shut down that thinking mind, you're able to receive more.
And a basic meditation is just focus on one thing. My whole thing when I was like just one repetitive, my thing would be like when I'd be standing on like a hill in the middle, and there's like a big well there. And every time I inhaled, I'd be inhaling like the light and the positive energy, and I'd be exhaling my bad energy into the well. And that would be the meditation that I used the most. And I got through the 10 minutes, it was cool and I felt great, but, I just couldn't do
Keeping
it
up
over
with it.
every day. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
That's
hard
weird.
part. But
You
that's the
get hill in the well.
reprogramming part.
Oh, that was somewhere
That's
else.
it.
I'm like, where's this hill in the well? Like,
Hey, when I did the Joe Dispenza Advanced,
Sure.
we would sit for 3 hours.
Really?
Yes.
And nothing?
But here's the thing. When you're sitting in a room with 1,000 people meditating for 3 hours, somebody asked me, they said, how do you sit there? And I said, you don't understand. You're not there anymore. You're out there somewhere.
Sure.
I mean,
And
that energy, that frequency is so high. You're somewhere else.
Yeah, beta, theta.
3
Oh,
hours.
You're past theta.
Yeah.
Everyone's there in the same space on the same page.
I mean, there, yes.
No, I mean
That
like
was what that particular
as far as
retreat.
like not or escaping for that 3
Right.
hours. Maybe they go back and forth, or no.
Maybe.
Maybe, I just know that I don't even know how to describe the feeling. I do know that after we would come out of it and we would have a break, in fact, the hotel, all of the people staying at the hotel loved all of us because we were just so laid back and
Sure.
life was good,
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, they're so far out,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
we need you.
Yeah.
Like,
Good Lord.
Yeah.
oh man.
It was cool.
Someone asked us to buy more tapestries. So go ahead, Lucas.
Yeah.
Are you fucking with him? I
He's
hate when
always
he-
fucking with me.
All right. So any last minute thoughts? Anything else, Mom?
Nope, I
No?
think that's about it.
All right.
like
All right. I guess we're going to take our next little break. We're going to come back with my phone. I finally had to use my phone insurance. We talked about it, how I hadn't used it for like 10 years, spent thousands of dollars in insurance. So we're going to talk about that. We got weather. We got lots of beef today. Everybody here has beef, at least one.
Not anymore. We have all this positive shit. Fuck the beef.
Yeah, that's true.
No beef.
Well, we're going to finish with a meditation. That'll help us get the beef out. So we'll have Laz's Corner of Positivity, and we're going to end it with a meditation. We're back soon. Lucas reminded me of my phone story. Because last week I was like, dude, forgot to tell you guys my phone. He's like, save it for the show. And anyway, so yeah, I finally had to use my phone insurance because of water. And the reason why is what's that?
Waterproof phone.
So they're waterproof, but they're not like super,
they're water resistant, but not waterproof.
Yeah, you can't take them like, certain depths and like certain lengths of time. If it falls in or something, you get it real fast. Anyway, so Elena, Lisi, and I are going down to the pool area, and take your shoes off, take my shirt off. And then all of a sudden we hear a splash and turn back. Alicia fell in the damn pool. She was like trying to get something out of the pool, and like slipped and just fell in. And I didn't know like why. Elena was watching. I was like, taking off my shirt, and basically she fell in. So, and she doesn't have her floaties on and she can't swim. So first thing I did was dive in with my phone. And so it wasn't in my pocket. I don't know, like it was in my hand at the time. So I get underneath her, I push her up. Elena grabs her. She has this look on, like, what the fuck just happened? What is going on?
Where were you?
I was like,
yeah.
And so, I was like, you good? She's like, wipes her face. You can tell she's good. I get out of the pool. And, everything's fine. Like, everything's back to normal. Put her floating. I'm like, where the hell's my phone? And I see it at the bottom of the pool. It had been down there for like 3 or 4 minutes because I just, I dove in with it with my hand. Yeah. So I dove in with my hand. You'd think like, oh, of course I drop it. No, you're just diving in. You don't think about it. And, I guess I let go to get her out of the water. And so, yeah, I finally had to use the insurance for my phone, folks.
Wow.
$200 fucking dollars.
It's not like how
to pay for it. What's that?
It's not like how it was before.
No, before you didn't have to pay anything.
Yeah.
$200 to get another phone. And it's funny because the phone was fine. It was just the camera. Like the camera had water in it, and I put it in the rice. After about a week, I'm like, all right, forget it. Because I need my camera for my work. Like part of what we do is take pictures of some of the custom products we've made and stuff like that. So,
and I get the pleasure of looking at those pictures.
Yeah, I have to send pictures to him in WhatsApp because once you put a picture in WhatsApp, it compresses it like crazy. So a 2-3 megabyte picture will end up like 300 kilobytes. So I send it to him. I'll drag it back out. Then I can email it, no problem. You try to email a 2-3 megabyte picture, a lot of times, especially like business email addresses, they'll just delete it or send it into the spam folder because they assume it's spam or possibly like a virus or some crap like that.
If you want, I could give you a good case company. My phone's good for 2 hours for about 6 feet.
Sounds like a really, really like big. Is it OtterBox?
No, it's
no, but I hate cases.
I have a pretty good case. I mean, my case was good. Same case, actually.
It's not
went from
waterproof.
that case to this one.
The
my
phone's supposed to be waterproof.
Yeah, I don't need the phone's waterproof.
Is
it was
it waterproof
fine.
or water resistant?
It worked completely fine. Everything was fine. It wasn't until the next day that I go to take a picture and I'm like, oh, it's blurry, and I wipe it and it's still blurry. I'm like,
It might have been
crap.
condensation inside the glass.
Definitely, it's exactly what it was, and that was it. That was the extent of it. But I just, I needed to put in the rice, like a big ass thing. In fact, we got to buy rice, but all my rice just like for like a week, and it didn't do anything. So, all right, Lucas.
Research Lucas with the weather.
So normally I ask you where we had the weather from this week, but we already know the country due to popular demand. So I guess the question is, sure, where do we have the weather from this week?
Well, I tried to find a funny name, but apparently there's none in Kuwait.
Okay, sure.
So
Doesn't have to be funny, but
It's a
you could
very
just
serious
yeah,
country.
we're this is serious weather, folks. And remember, you're supposed to hate it. This is an homage. So
it's Samaya.
Samaya, okay.
Salmiya.
Okay, Samaya.
Yeah, Salmiya.
Okay. Sure.
Kuwait.
Okay, let's start with Saturday.
Saturday, July 31st. High of 111.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
Wow.
Low of 92.
The low is
111?
92, bro.
Fuck.
Sunny.
The low is like what my car is when I get inside.
Yeah, right.
During
Exactly.
the day.
Dude, that's insane. So I guess
Sunny.
it's not going to rain. Yeah, sunny for sure.
0% chance of precipitation.
Ugh.
The winds
Yeah.
coming out of the east south.
I feel like my guess is going to be easy this week. All right, go ahead. Sunday,
Sunday, August 1st.
August 1st, Alicia's birthday. What's up?
And I didn't fuck up the month this time.
Okay. August 1st, sure. Got it right.
High of 112.
Oh my goodness.
Low. Did you get that from one of your websites, or did you stick
That's
the
her.
microphone next to the
That was
frying
from a
pan?
video. The frying pan? No, I downloaded that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get grease all over my phone. That's too easy to find. This one, with the vultures, it's actually a hawk, but that was a little bit more difficult to find.
Low of 93.
Phew, good Lord. Even the low deserves a sizzle.
Sunny.
Yep.
0% chance of precipitation, with the winds coming out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour.
I thought I'd try it. 10
So-
miles northeast,
that-
okay.
So there's at least a wind, but it might be like a convection of a
Yeah,
wind.
it's going to be like just
Yeah,
hot
really.
winds. Not like that, folks. Okay.
Monday, August 2nd.
Sure.
High of 114. Wow. Low of 93.
Wow.
Sunny again with a chance
Imagine that.
with a chance of precipitation at 0%, with the winds coming out of the northwest at 11 miles per hour.
Have we ever heard 0% on this show? I don't think we ever have. It's usually like 1 or 2. Nobody says
it's
0.
like never 0% in Miami ever.
Yeah,
Or
but even
anywhere.
like anywhere he's been.
Yeah, no.
Even in Antarctica, there'd probably be like 1%. All right. So what are we up to? Tuesday?
Yep.
I'm going to take a stab at Tuesday. I'm feeling good today, folks. So we're going to go with a high of,
This
I
doesn't count.
don't think I need Tuesday to guess Wednesday. I feel like I can jump in early on this one. So high of 100. It's been going up, but I feel like 114's max. I'm going to say high of 112, low of 92. 0% chance of precipitation, with the winds coming out of the east-northeast at hot freaking wind at 8 miles per hour.
All right. Probably cloudy, sunny, thunderstorms.
Dude, yeah, really?
Sounds
I would
like
say
bullshit
it's pretty
to me.
damn sunny. Jeez.
All
Wait.
right, so
Here we go.
Tuesday, August
Yep.
3rd.
Yep,
You said a high of 112?
yep.
High of 112.
Wow, on the money,
right.
folks.
He looked it up. I saw him. I'm just
Yeah, right.
Low of 92.
Yep.
Low of 92.
Oh, look at this guy.
You said sunny?
Yeah, it's definitely sunny. Jeez. There's precipitation 0.
0%.
That's right, folks. All right, here's the wind. Here's the one. Let's hear it.
You said east-northeast at 8 miles per hour.
I did. Okay.
North at 10 miles per hour.
North at 10?
Yep.
Okay. If I would have said northeast, I still would have given myself, north. But I feel like, all right, I'll take it, folks. That's a win.
Research.
All right, so let's why don't you finish this off with Wednesday?
Wednesday, August 4th. High of 111. Wow. Low of 93. Sunny with a chance of precipitation at 0% with the winds coming out of the northeast at 10 miles per hour.
Wow. I asked Lucas to be pissed off with the weather, but he's got to do his thing, man. But I'll tell you what, Kuwait, your weather sucks, bro. It's the worst weather on the planet. Like, eat a dick, Pakistan
That's what it was,
weather.
man.
That's what I think about that.
Dumbass.
All right. So anyway, all right, we're going to get into our beef here. So, Mom, we'll start off with you because you got a little beef.
I do.
It was so, why don't you, go ahead and tell us about your beef.
So on the flight down, I got a window seat. I get on the plane to get into my seat, and there's a man sitting in the middle, and his son is sitting by the window in my seat. Okay. The guy doesn't look at me. He won't acknowledge me. It's like,
Did you give him like
well, I stood, I stood there waiting for him to acknowledge me.
Sure.
The point wasn't, I don't care if he's, this kid wants to sit in my seat, but I would have at least thought the man would have looked up
hey,
and
can my
said,
kids sit in your seat?
Do you mind? No, of course I don't mind.
Sure.
But it was like I didn't even exist.
Laz, would you have minded?
Me?
Yeah. How old was the kid?
Probably about 10.
I would.
That's
I wouldn't really
borderline.
care. I don't like I don't like the middle.
Sure.
So I wouldn't have cared. But you're definitely not going to disrespect me. Like
Sure.
if that's the case, get your fuck ass kid up.
I see. I would have probably been like, excuse
Well,
me.
the only reason I didn't is that I didn't want to make a scene for
Sure.
the kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, now if it was two adults, yeah,
I'm
I
like, hey,
said
kid,
something.
you're in my seat.
No,
Right.
I wouldn't like if it's somebody. If there are two people, I wouldn't want to be in the middle.
Sure.
Like
Right.
if I'm in the aisle and somebody wants my window seat, it's fine. I'm not gonna complain.
But you got lucky, right?
Well, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was 3 seats. I was all the way in the back, so there were 3 more seats. No one was in them, so I moved back with another woman who was in a row of 3. So
There you
it
go.
was great.
Well,
They were very
You got
nice.
beef?
I'm sure they
Oh,
were.
you didn't even talk to the guy at all?
No, he wouldn't even look at me.
Nah, man. I don't
And
know.
I thought it just, I don't want to say it weirded me out, but in a way it did. It's
Sure.
like, okay, I'm
would've
not going there.
I would have been very petty.
Yeah, I
But-
probably would have been too.
Yeah, I would have
I
been
don't
petty.
know.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have been petty.
I'd have to see what the kid's doing.
But like, but the thing
if he's
is,
looking at me and giving me faces like, hey.
it's a kid though.
No,
Like,
he wasn't either. He was into his computer.
sure,
They
no
had his
doubt.
little laptop sitting up on the thing.
Sure.
Whatever.
So it's not too bad. But no, people need to learn. You know what? I let you have this seat, and I'm gonna
Well,
go sit somewhere else.
right.
like,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
But that's ego. That's ego.
But that's the whole thing is it's the little things. I mean, just show common courtesy.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
bothered me was the fact that there was no
You
common
can even
courtesy.
say hello and play dumb. Oh, really? That's your
Yeah, anything.
Do you mind if he sits there? Anything.
Anything.
I hear you.
Nothing.
All right. Well,
What? You got beef?
that's fair. All right, Laz. So, what kind of beef you got going on there?
yeah, I'm good with beef today.
You're good with beef?
good with
Wow, that's
Bullshit.
that's
Bullshit.
amazing.
I'm good with beef.
Okay. All right. We'll see if he changes his mind, folks. Stay
No,
tuned.
I'm good.
All right, so I'll jump into my beef, which is why I had such a rough day. So in our job, we have we ship products. We have to have products. Products go all over the country and actually the parts of the world. And we do a lot of local stuff here in the South Florida area. Anyway, long story short, I have a new client, comes in, needs some products. It's a lot. And a couple pallets, few pallets. And so we decide that we are going to ship with Central Shipping. I don't handle the shipping. I just have to handle the client. So Central Shipping, and they pick it up. And this was like on the 17th or something. We dispatch it. They pick it up on the 19th. It's going to an area, I'm not going to say where, going to an area about 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away. So client really needs what we have, and we're like, we have it in stock. We're going to ship it. It's 2 hours away. How long does it fucking take? So anyway, like, I don't know, like the next week and like Wednesday is like, hey, it's still not here yet. So I call the company. Actually, well, somebody in the shipping department calls the company and they're like, yeah, it'll be there on Friday. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, it shouldn't take that long. So
It's already been a week, and they said
it's already been a week.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So I call the client. He's like, really? I'm like, I'm really sorry. Like, we don't know what's going on. It's a rarity. Like, you know, makes us look bad because it's like, what's
I
up
would have
with
driven for you on my day off. Yeah, today.
So here's
yesterday.
the thing. That's the thing. So they have the product, and you know, they're like, it'll be there Friday. I'm like, you know, I tell him, he's like, okay, no problem. So I get an email in the beginning of the day on Friday. It'll be there by 1 o'clock. I email it to him. He's like, great! ! You know. So at like 6 o'clock, he calls me. He's like, yeah. So the it's not here yet. Like, is there a possibility it's still coming today? Like, are we last on the route? I'm like, are you kidding me? So they call. So shipping department calls Central Freight. And he's like, and the client tells me, he's like, yeah, they told us, they said that we refused the delivery. He's like, we didn't refuse it. We were here. Like, we have a forklift. We can take the delivery. So it turns out that what happened was they put it on the wrong truck, and they put on a truck that couldn't get in there, something, blah, 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 blah. So they're like, it'll be there Monday. So I tell them, listen, I'm really sorry this doesn't happen. And I even said, can we just go pick it up? I'll deliver it tomorrow on Saturday. Like, well, it's locked in the yard, and all these shipping companies are closed on the weekends. So Monday comes around, and I call him up like it'll be there tomorrow. I'm like, are you kidding me? Tomorrow? He's like, tomorrow. So anyway, I called today, and they're like, it'll be there tomorrow. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. He's like, you know what? I called my boss. He's like, go load up the truck, drive it there yourself. I was like, perfect. So, and then we're just told we canceled it. We're trying to get our product brought back to us, the 3 pallets. But yeah, so instead of like, you know, doing a lot of the stuff that I had to do today because of Central fucking Shipping, I like had to drive 2.5 hours to this location, drop it off, which is why I was late, which is why I just had to come here. I come home. My mom's like, hey, so this happened and that happened and what's up and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I got to get this fucking show together. You know, I got to get out of change. I got to go to the bathroom. Like, I've been driving for 2.5 fucking hours, and I was only there for 10 fucking minutes. It's not like I was there. I was like, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. So how are things? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, there, shook my hand. He's like, I need this and this. I was like, send me pictures. And that's it. I was out. I had to stop, get gas, boom.
Once you told me where you was going, I'm like, all right, I'm not coming here till 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's why I called you. I'm never going to call you.
I made it 7:30, just like I said.
That bullshit. I called him at 7:15. I'm like,
you called me at 7:10. I said I'd be home in 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's no way, because I left around where you were at like 6 something.
I was home at freaking
7:40.
Nope, 7:31. I was. My mom was here.
Yeah. Actually, he
Real?
was. Yep.
Yeah. And setup time.
Dumbass.
Oh, okay, whatever.
That's right.
I wasn't taking that.
Suck it.
I was like,
Yeah. So anyway, that's my fucking beef. So all right, well, I guess that's pretty much it for that. Nobody has asshole. Nobody has suck it. Last chance, Laz. No beef.
No assholes, no beef. We're supposed to be
Okay,
serenity now.
Okay,
Chill.
all right. So then I guess with that,
Laz's Corner of Positivity.
Georgia University is clearing account balances to help students during the pandemic.
wow.
So in Atlanta University, this is from CNN.
Wait, clearing account balances?
Yeah, like anything from school,
Books. I got you. Cool, man. Hell yeah, we like that.
Room and board, blah, blah,
Sure.
blah, whatever they are. Atlanta University says it's clearing student account balances for spring 2020 through summer 2021 to help students continue their education through COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay.
This is Clark Atlanta University, which is located just west of the city's downtown, said in a news release Friday that it had received a substantial amount of support from the federal government under the CARES Act Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund, which had allowed it to help students.
Okay.
So instead of using the money for their own ridiculousness, they actually helped with what they're supposed to do.
Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, like, you know how some people, like, they take the money and use it for themselves,
Sure.
or oh, we're going to paint the walls and it costs $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
So they actually gave it to the kids, which makes sense.
That's cool.
Nice.
We
Yeah.
understand these past two academic years have been emotionally and financially difficult on students and their families due to COVID-19. That's why we'll continue to do all we can to support their efforts to complete their CAU education. President George T. French Jr. said in his release. So that's good.
That's pretty awesome. We'll take it, man. Absolutely. There's a lot of kids that were like, "Wow, man, I should have racked up a bigger bill."
Yeah, probably. But they said through summer 2012. Oh, we're almost done. Summer.
Yeah, it's pretty much over for sure. All right, Mom. Well, I guess you're going to lead us in a little meditation, 10-minute meditation on our way out. So what should we do? Should we sit back and get comfortable?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I do.
All right. I'm going to be away from the mic.
Okay.
I'll put a nice image up for everybody. That way
Is it
you're not
gonna be
looking
like-
at our beautiful faces. That's for people watching. People listening, obviously, you're just going to get the soothing sound of my mom's voice.
Oh, okay. We're going to hear something.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right. So we're going to start off with some deep breathing. You're just going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth one time for a cleansing breath. And then you're going to move or breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Make it a deep belly breath. Nice and slow, soft and easy. So let's just breathe deeply one more time. And so what I want you to do is to imagine someone you love very much is sitting about 3 feet in front of you. Don't worry about choosing the right person. Usually the first person that comes to mind is the most powerful. And if you can't think of anyone, use your pet. Something that induces an intense feeling of love inside of you. They're sitting across from you. So take a moment to look at their face. What do their eyes look like? Are they present with you? Do they want to be seen? Are they shy, maybe hiding? As you notice this person that you love, who has brought joy to your life, on your next inhale, allow this feeling, this sensation of love to permeate and radiate throughout your whole body, knowing that love is an internal phenomenon. Exhale while understanding that when we see things externally, it awakens a feeling of love internally. Just really allowing this wave of love and oxytocin to wash through the body. And as you inhale, supercharge this feeling of love inside of you. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine just blasting this person with love. Just sending them as much love as you possibly can, radiating every cell of their body with love. Then taking a moment and checking back in with their eyes, did you, sending them love, change their eyes? Do they seem softer? Do they seem kinder? Do they feel more connected to you? And on your next breath, inhaling, allow yourself to receive the love from them. And again, supercharging every single cell in your body with this feeling of love and gratitude. And as you exhale, imagine sending that out to the entire room. So imagine blasting this whole room with love. You might picture this as a golden light radiating out. I usually see a white sparkling mist radiating out, or maybe you see an actual wave of love spiraling out from your heart, supercharging the whole room you're in. Now on your next breath, on this internal feeling, almost as if on each inhale, you're fanning the flame of this love sensation in the core of your body. With each inhale, it gets bigger and stronger and brighter so that it can't be contained by the room anymore. And it starts to spill out to the whole building and every person in it, just blasting them with this radiating light coming right from your core. And as you inhale again, supercharging that love internally, and on this next exhale, send out this love to the entire area, city, every person or thing in your area, friends, family, neighbors, people you don't know, your enemies, just blast them all with love. This is one of the beautiful resources that the more we give of it, the more we receive. So sending out a beautiful wave of love to the whole community. On your next breath, breathing that sensation into your body and then letting it spill out, radiating out to the entire country, all the different races, political parties, religion, just sending them all as much love as you possibly can. You seem to be losing that feeling of love internally. Come back to that person who you love very much, seeing their face and rekindling that sensation of love and inhaling it into this as you exhale, imagine wrapping the entire planet with this beautiful light and feeling of love. You cannot fight fear with fear. You can only do it with love. So as we inhale, we supercharge every cell in our body with love, and we blast that out into the entire planet, letting it find a space of community and connection. And imagine for just a moment someone that you know or love, or maybe even a stranger, can actually feel this love. You've touched them in some way. You're sending this out and you're allowing to navigate the globe. Maybe someone is feeling a little down or a little lost and alone. Maybe you see them smile. And as you send this love out to the planet, you know it's simultaneously coming back to you as you give yourself permission to receive. On your next breath, breathing in, feeling the sensation of love in every single cell of your body, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, and then sending out to the entire universe, beyond the solar system, beyond the galaxy, beyond the clusters of galaxies, and out to the entirety of all that is, expanding as far as it can conceive, reminding yourself that you are a part of the universe and that the universe is a part of you. Universe, one song. There's only one thing, and we're all it, which means that the exact same matter and energy that makes up every star, every galaxy, and the entire universe is the exact same matter and energy that makes up every cell in your body. So take a moment to surrender into that sense of expansion and connectedness, knowing that as you blast the entire universe with love, it's simultaneously sending it back to you. And in this space of expansiveness and surrender and connectedness, we can start to bring our awareness back into our whole body. And for a moment, let's smoothly move between the whole body and the whole universe, just playing with the similarity between individuality and totality, of left brain and right brain, of body and universe, imagining for a moment that you are one wave on a giant ocean of consciousness. And as we start to send love to the whole universe, we remind ourselves that we are a part of nature and that nature is a part of us. The wave is a part of the ocean, and the ocean is a part of the wave. So enjoying the individuality and the universality, simultaneously allowing yourself to be a fully human and fully divine at the same time. Now take a moment to scan your body from top to bottom, noticing how moving through this has changed your body. Does it feel softer? Does it feel more open? Does it feel more grounded? And setting your intention to take this feeling with you throughout the rest of your day. Namaste.
Namaste. There it is. I was making sure.
Oh, I'm awake.
Ricky would have been out, bro.
You and your jokes, bro.
Little yawn in there, or the rest of your evening, I guess. In our case.
No.
By the way, whatever happened to the tap meditation stuff that I did for you that we did together?
Oh, I still have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have it, and I've given it to people to use.
Oh, I was trying to ask
I've
about
used
the actual tap, like exactly what it was, but is it too late? The actual tap medication?
No, meditation. We can talk about it real fast, sure. What is it, right?
Yeah.
Well, basically, what he put music to while I was going through a sequence of tapping, it was actually for a weight loss series for people. And each week I would send them this tapping meditation so that they could just go through the sequence a couple of times a day.
But you tap yourself in certain areas.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's, you just run through there's really only 9 points that you tap on, and you do the same one. So it's incredibly simple.
Yeah.
Which is why most people don't take it seriously
because
we're programmed.
I really wanted to ask about it, but I think Seth interrupted me when I was about to
I'm
ask.
sure. Who could interrupt you, bro? Jesus. Well, if you want, I can send you one of the ones I did for her, and I mean, she tells you exactly where to tap and what to do, and see if you lose some weight, see if you dig it.
Oh, so
You can send them all of them.
Yeah. I think there's 7. Was it?
Yep.
How long are they?
10
minutes at the most.
Okay, you just send them to me.
Each.
Yeah.
So they were good, and they each have their own music, and yeah, they're pretty awesome. She came over one time when she was visiting us with Alicia, and I set her up, and we record everything, and I put some music to it.
Was that 10 minutes? No.
Was that 10 minutes? I don't think it was quite. Probably closer to 8, 7 or 8.
I was going to say it's probably about 8 minutes.
Yeah. So.
Oh, then it felt like it was like 2 minutes.
Oh,
No,
look
well,
at
good.
you, bro.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Who knows? Maybe Lucas discovered meditation and beef jerky, folks.
Lucas?
Laz.
Oh, Laz. Damn it. Ruined my own joke. Jeez. It's awful. All right.
Jerky's
Well,
fine.
any last minute thoughts? Anyone?
I like
All
it.
right. Well, this is Seth and Mike 1. Hold on. I can do it. There we go. Seth and Mike 1. We got Laz and Mike 2.
Yo.
We got Lucas in Mike 3.
Hey.
And we have Alexis in Mike 4, a.k.a. my mom. Good job. Appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having
I
me.
think it was a good episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Boom.